Hi everyone, this is Nick with CXOOS and welcome to the channel today. We're setting up emails with a subdomain on Hostiger and Google Workspace for cold outreach, email campaigns, email marketing, or bulk customer engagement. The goal of this video is to make sure our primary domain doesn't get blocked for spam, and we want our emails to reach our prospects. Now, disclaimer, this is a guide and you should still adhere to Google and Yahoo's email etiquette and rules. So please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that we can bring you more content related to sales, marketing, customer support, and more. So to start off with, here's an article that talks you through the basics and need of email subdomains, and a link will be in the description as well. So we're going to be setting things up in Hostiger for the subdomain and then configuring things in Google Workspace for the email. So the first step is to go ahead and log into Hostiger, and once we're in, let's go ahead to the website section, and here we see a list of websites. Now we're going to go and click on Cerberuscars.com. In this example, we're going to go to the dashboard. Once we're in, on the left, you'd see domains. We'll click subdomains, and here I can give the subdomain a name. I'm going to choose sales. I'll create a custom folder for the subdomain. I'm going to call it sales_marketing. I'll go ahead and click on create. And that's it. That right there is your subdomain. That hardly took a second. But yeah, that's your subdomain, and it's sales.cerberuscars.com in this example. Now we'll go ahead and go to websites, and you should see that the subdomain is part of the list, sales.cerberuscars.com. Now let's go and click on domains. In domains, we'll see a list of domains here, and we'll click on cerberuscars.com. That's the parent domain. On the left, we'll go to DNS name servers, and here's the DNS records. All the records for the domain. You can also see the subdomain is now part of the DNS records. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the admin console. Now, if you don't know how to go to it, you just click on the dots, scroll down, and you'd find the admin console there. Let's go to the accounts, domains, overview. Here, let's click on manage domains. Let's click on add a domain. We'll enter the domain name here. So I'm going to call it sales.cerberuscars.com because that's what we created. And here we'll choose the option user alias domains. We don't want to choose secondary domain because that's going to have a cost. Now let's add domain and start verification. If you don't see it appear right away, don't worry about it. It's there. Let's just go back to overview and manage domains. Right? And here we have sales.cerberuscars.com. Let's activate Gmail. Let's set up a MX record. Give it a moment. Right. So here we have a list of steps to go to the DNS record, which we've already done on Hostiger. What we need to do is add an MX record. We need to enter the @ symbol according to this. And we need to go ahead and update these details smtp.google.com as well. Set the priority to 1 and the TTL to 3600 seconds. So let's do this. We'll go to MX record. Here in name, let's add sales.cerberuscars.com. And for the mail server, let's go ahead and paste in that smtp.google.com. And what did it say for priority? It said priority is 1 and the TTL is 3600 seconds. So let's go ahead and do that now. So priority 1 and TTL to 3600 seconds. Let's go ahead and add the record. Right, so as you can see, the DNS record has been created successfully. So let's activate Gmail. Give it a moment. If you've done it correctly, it should be successful. If not, it can take up to 24 hours. Just be aware of this. There we go. Right. So sales.cerberscars.com, it is set up. So now the next step is to go ahead and add the SPF record. So this is part of Google's email deliverability policy. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. So this is what we need for an SPF record. So we're just going to go ahead and copy this. It's a TXT record. So let's go ahead and choose TXT. And here we put in our sales.cerberscars.com. We'll go ahead and update the TXT record. That's the SPF records. And we'll, of course, set this to 3600 and add record. Right. So the SPF record has now been added. And I will add links to the articles as well. Next, we go to the apps, Google Workspace. Let's go to Gmail. Let's authenticate email. So that's DKIM. So here we'll choose the domain that we want. We want sales.cerberscars.com. And we'll generate new record. Now, just below that, you see start authentication. Let's not do that until the end. So you can go ahead and generate new records. We leave it as it is. Let's go ahead and copy what we see over here. So under the guide, we have a guide on how to add this. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to include the link to this as well. It's a TXT record. So let's go back. Let's go ahead and copy this. Let's add a TXT record. Let's go ahead and paste that. And the TXT value. And of course, don't forget to add .sales because that's a subdomain. And then we go ahead and copy the TXT record. And we'll paste this here. We'll add 3600 and add the record. And now we can head back over to the Google Workspace and we can click on Start Authentication. And here you see once this is done, we have the records updated for the domain and the subdomain. We can see this in Hostiger. We can see the SPF record and the DKIM record is now updated as well. The last thing to do, of course, would be to go and update the DMARC. So DMARC, it inherits the properties of the parent domain. So you ideally don't need to do this, but you can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it. So I'll show you the steps to do it anyway. But I'm going to include the article as well. So here we see it clearly states that you don't need to create a DMARC policy for subdomains. They inherit the parent domain's DMARC policy. But nonetheless, like I said, if you haven't got a policy for the parent domain, you need to do that. It's pretty important. And the steps are as follows. So it's a TXT record, right? So it's, as you can see, it's a TXT record. We'll go ahead and copy this. I mean, this is the format that we need to have it in. So we'll go back. We'll choose TXT. And we'll paste this here. And example.com, we'll have to have it as the subdomain. So that's sales.cerberscars.com. Right, and the TXT value, let's go ahead and copy what it is. What does it say over here? It says v is equal to DMARC1. Let's just go ahead and copy this all the way till the end. Go ahead and paste it over here, and we'll update example.com to our subdomain. So mind you, if you don't happen to have a DMARC policy for the parent domain, please go ahead and do this. It's super important for email deliverability, and you do need to go ahead and change p equal to none to p equal to reject. So that's REJECT. You have no idea how important this is. I'd urge you to go and read more about it after this video. And let's update this to 3600 as well. Okay, so if you go to mxtoolbox.com, let's go ahead and plug in our domain name, and we'll go ahead and see how things look. So yep, we have our DMARC record found. We have the right policy enabled. DNS records are updated. Okay, let's go to email health now, and this is pretty standard. Don't worry if you see failed to connect and problem getting IP address. That's pretty common with this particular process that we're following. That's okay. And we see DNS records are available. This is exactly how we want it to look. Right. Now, sending emails from a different address or an alias. This is the next step that is pretty crucial. So let's go ahead and open up our Gmail, or rather our business email, or email that you want to use, and go to settings. Right. So under settings, we see accounts, and then we go and add another email address. So just go ahead and put in our new subdomain email address. That's mena.n at sales.cerberuscars.com. Right. Let's go to the next step. And that's it. So there we see it. So let's go ahead and select reply from the same address to which the message was sent. And let's make the subdomain the default. That way, when we send emails, it goes from the subdomain. And if it ever does get marked as spam, well, the primary domain is safe. Unless, of course, Google changes its rules at the time of recording of this video. It does seem like this is a safe bet. So I'm just going to go ahead and send myself an email. I'm going to call it test and test just to see how it goes. Right. Go ahead and hit send. And I'm going to just open up my phone now and hit reply on that because, well, I have a lot of other emails that I don't want to show on this platform. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit reply. And there we go. So success right there. So that's a reply for my personal email. I put in success. So yeah. And that was it. So that's essentially the entire process to create an email subdomain and setting up that subdomain for emails to be sent and received, and now you're ready to go. So that's it. If you guys found this video interesting, please do hit that like button. It would genuinely make my day. And if there is any content that you're interested in learning about, don't hesitate. Just put that in the comment section and I'll make a video on it. And thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck in your cold outreach. God knows salespeople like you and me need it. It's not an easy job, and best of luck.